Are we live? Oh my goodness, we're live. Hello. Hello. My happy people friends. Let's see. It's Monday again. What else is going on? Like I didn't do hardly anything this weekend. I don't know what y'all did, but I always think like I am such a slug and I don't get out much and stuff. And then I see over on social media people are like taking pictures of me here, there, and everywhere, and it looks like I am like an active individual. And I'm like, I don't even remember half of that stuff. So, it's funny. I'll just pop in here and there or whatever and then go about my life, and then I see on social media it's like one thing after another, and oh, I saw Andrew over here, and they'll tag me in this or that the other, and I'm like, wow, it looks like I actually have a life. Holy moly. So it's fun. So yeah, I was actually hoping to be at home today and doing another cooking type thing because I still needed to cook dinner anyway. I was just gonna do like shrimp and rice and or maybe some grits. I'm not sure. Anyway, do y'all do shrimp and grits where you're from? I don't know if you do that. It's like you can get it all over the place down here. So I like doing like the cheesy grits and then doing some shrimp on top, and then either doing like a spicy sauce or like just barbecue sauce is fine too for the shrimp. My husband loves that bay whatever, I don't know, something bay seasoning. I don't know. I'm not that huge of a fan of it, but he loves it, so sometimes I'll just do the shrimp in that. I mean, it's okay. I don't know why people are so enamored with that bay seasoning stuff, but I don't know. I think it's like a Maryland thing. I'm not sure. But he loves it, so I don't know. But do you guys do shrimp and grits where you're at? Like people have it. You can go to a restaurant and get it here. It's just regular grits would be like a breakfast item. Shrimp and grits is like lunch or dinner. About the most southern dish you can possibly get is biscuits and gravy and grits on the side. Yeah, it's just the thing. So I have a new thing that I'm doing in my bid to get out more. About once a month, I'm meeting over at the Ocala downtown diner, and it's like open to anybody. Anybody can come, but it's primarily for new people that are coming to Ocala that just have like questions or they just want to meet some other people. It's just, you know, just come and this is the day and time I'm going to be there, and just come and have coffee with me. So, so far we're getting some people, so that's good. I was like, I'm going to be sitting there and I'm going to be only the lonely. And then I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? The food's good. So if I'm sitting, I don't have a problem eating by myself. So, you know, the only caveat to that is I go in there and I don't know where to sit. Okay. So at this point, the waitresses just know, but I make sure to tip them well because I don't know. I have no idea where to sit, because if I'm at a two-top or something and nobody comes in, okay, no big deal. I don't feel so bad. If I go to a four-top and then like four people come in, I'm going to be like, ugh. And plus I'm taking it before top. What if nobody has it? So I don't know where to sit. And then there's all these like six tops as well. So I'm like, do I go to that? That seems like I'm a little full of myself. I'm not sure. So, hey, Flying Lion, how are you? You got on here. I'm so happy. I love it when it's somebody I know. So, yeah, so we're doing that on, excuse me, it's normally on Wednesdays, and this month it's going to be on August 14th, I believe. I say this month, but I mean, to me, it's already August. I'm done with July. July's over with. We got a few more days of it. It's just kind of dragging itself out, but I'm pretty much done with it at this point. It was a little rough. Yeah, it's crazy. I like to see where I want. There it is. I sit with my, I do. I sit with my back to I'm like all the way in the corner, and I'm like, because I don't know any of the people that are going to be coming in. So I want to keep an eye on, there's two doors, you know, across, and it's this big, huge open area. So I just kind of watch everybody and I just chill out. I have my coffee and stuff. And but the food is good. I had biscuits and gravy last time. Now for me, I would have done more sausage in the gravy. So next time I will order sausage on the side so I can cut it up and mix it with the gravy. It wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. It was, I would say it was passable biscuits and gravy. So I've had some amazing biscuits and gravy, and that they set the bar, you know. I mean, when the biscuits come out and like one biscuit is that big, and then you get the peppery kind of, oh my goodness, so good. So good. I have absolutely no idea how to make that. I should try to make it myself because I bet I could make some amazing biscuits and gravy. I can make the gravy, but the biscuits, that's an art form. Hey, how are you? I am having a fantastic evening. I'm doing good. I mean, it was a Monday, but we had a really big project this month. We my bookkeeper one of these days is just going to quit. Like, she's straight up going to be like, I'm over this and over you. She's been with me. She was my first hire, so she's been with us for like 7 going on 8 years now. It was 3 months into being a broker and owning my own real estate company when I realized that I can't math very well. I can do basic math. I can figure out commissions, no problem. I can figure out net proceeds for a seller, no problem. Buyer's closing costs, no problem. Can I figure out how to do a bank reconciliation between multiple bank accounts? No, ma'am. No, sir. I cried it took me 3 weeks to try and do one bank reconciliation that I by law mandatorily have to do every single month, and I have to sign off on it, and it has to be to the penny, or else I have to fill out a whole heck of a lot more paperwork because we do property management. No, the smartest decision I made was to go find me a bookkeeper, and so she was like my first hire, and she's been with me ever since. She knows my books like the back of her hand, probably better than the back of her hand. But anyway, this month I was like, hey, so there's a property management bank and they do all these trusts and escrow and it's all really cool. I would like to switch over all of our bank accounts and they're going to send us a machine so we don't have to keep traipsing to the bank and stuff. And she's just like, okay, sounds legit. All right, how are we doing this? And I'm like, I don't know. We're going to just have to follow their lead. And she's like, this is not going to be good. This is going to be painful. And I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad though. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. We're still working our way through. The escrow trust accounts, that was the easy stuff. Okay. It's our stuff that's the problem. It's the little stupid things that are set up to like our automatic like bank account, like training and softwares and websites and all of the stuff is like hitting our bank account. And to switch that stuff over is a nightmare. It's like, I told her today, I was like, just turn off they will contact me. If they want to get paid, they will straight up, they will call me. Just turn it off. I can't handle this anymore. I was like, whoever contacts me, they get money. Everybody else, they're just hosed. I'm done with trying to chase them. Because I'm trying to be like proactive and try and chase them down and change over the stuff and the information and make sure that the new bank information is updated. It's a pain. It is such a pain. Some of the websites are almost impossible to change the billing information. So I'm like, you know what? They'll contact me. So that was what I decided about 2 hours ago when I was just over it. So and then so it's just bad. So that was this month. That was a whole long fun filled. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was not fun filled. But just imagine like your own personal checking account, switching it all over and times that by like 100. So bad. It was so bad. Anyway, reconciliation are so fun. That is not fun. You have a very, very odd idea of fun. That was not fun. I'm not joking. Like, I cried. I was literally crying. And that was back when it was a lot less complicated than it is now. We have definitely gotten a lot more things, moving parts. And I mean, even property management alone, I think back then we only had like 60 or 70 properties, and now we're like at just shy of 250. So yeah, very, very, very different, very complicated. So that stuff actually wasn't too bad with switching over. It was actually, because we're just so, like, nothing hits those bank accounts. They can't hit those bank accounts. So that was actually pretty easy. But our stuff, holy smokes, not fun, not fun. So yeah, I was like, I told everybody, I was like, look, if you see something that says that it has not gotten paid, it is not because we don't have the money. I just straight up couldn't figure out how to change the billing. So bad. Oh, it's so bad. But like, seriously, you have to go into like the inner dregs of, like, I found out we have multiple websites. And so, of course, it's all on auto renew and whatever, and it hits whatever. So I'm like, well, I want to make sure that, I don't lose our company website or something like that. So I go onto the website that houses all of our websites, and I was like, oh, I just need to change the billing. They're like, no, 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 no. You have to go to each individual website and change the billing for each one of them, whether it's an actual website or you just own the domain. You still have to do it individually. Great. That's fun. That is not fun. So yeah, so that was my month. But it's pretty much over. We're finally at the tail end of it. So yeah, and so far my bookkeeper Teresa, she gets a little feisty, but she hasn't quit. So she's awesome. She really is. She doesn't speak the same language as me. I think it's both supposed to be English, but she tells accounting jokes, and I don't get them, but they're really funny to her, so I laugh anyway. But yeah, so but we get along well. I total respect for her because I don't want to do her job, and I think the feeling is mutual. She doesn't people very well, so we get along really, really well. Like, she's such a wonderful person, really. But yeah, I don't want to do her job. No. Let's see. Flying Lion says, I don't make biscuits. I just eat them. I don't know how to make biscuits, but I don't think it is that complicated. I think we could probably use some Bisquick and make them pretty easy. I know there's some where you just mix it together and dump it. That's not what I'm talking about, because those are okay. But I mean, I want the ones that like fluff up and you have to cut them with the circle thing, and they end up being like that big, and I want to do those. But that's probably a lot of work. I'm not sure. But biscuits are super cheap, so if I screw it up, it's not going to be that big a deal. It's basically like flour, water, probably some baking soda. I don't know, but it can't be that complicated. I still can't believe you think reconciliations are fun. Like, that's like balancing your checkbook. I'm going to have a great time tonight. I'm going to sit here and balance my checkbook. No, that is not fun. That is the opposite of fun. I mean, I'm not like super, like love to, I'm not a party girl at this point in my life. But I definitely would not say that is fun. I'm more of a, let me order pizza and watch a movie, or make a nice meal and then sit down with family and stuff, or just reading a book. I love to read. I absolutely love to read. My trainer, though, is my real estate coach. I've had him for years and years at this point. But he actually is on this kick about dopamine, and I'm reading a book about dopamine as well, so it was kind of interesting that he's doing that. But apparently it really affects you by going on your cell phone. So he's like, for the first 4 hours of the day and the last 1 hour of the day, don't touch any technology. And I'm like, I don't know how to do. Could you do that? Is that even possible? Like, first 4 hours of the day. Now, mind you, he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so he's already some kind of level of crazy. But like, that means even if you get up and stuff, that's no music to work out by. I listen to podcasts when I work out. I know that's probably weird, but I do. I love listening to like Dave Ramsey. He just cracks me up, especially when he yells at somebody. It's just so funny. I love it. I love it. I literally will listen for 2 days straight just waiting for Dave to have one of his meltdowns and, you know, somebody call up and go, "Well, it's a really good idea to get your 7-year-old a credit card to get their credit started right." And he just, like, you can actually hear him just melting. And I'm like, what kind of person would call up Dave Ramsey of all people and tell him it's a good idea to get a 7-year-old a credit card? Even if you think it's a good idea, don't call him and say that. So yeah, I love it. I think it's hilarious. So he'll just go on these rants or whatever, and I just love listening to the whole thing. And I'll do that while I'm working out. Once in a while I'll listen to music, but that just really doesn't, you know, if I could just do the workout without having to think about it, it won't be as bad. So, I don't know. Some people really like working out. I'm not one of those. I need to just think of something else. Anything else. So I don't know about y'all. You probably all work out like crazy and you just love it. And I would rather stay home and eat a pizza and read a book, but it's okay. In order for me to go out and be able to do the stuff I do and hang out with my kids and, you know, be able to walk up a flight of stairs, I have to go to the gym. Or I have to go for walks with my dog or a treadmill at home or whatever. So yeah, I have to do that. And then I get to eat the pizza. So that's a good thing too. So if I want to eat the pizza or the brownies, I have to go and work out. Otherwise, bad things happen. So yeah, I don't know. That's the trade-off. So I do, but I can't, I don't want to think about it while I'm there. I don't. And then my daughter, she loves working out. She loves it. She worked out tonight. She's like, "You don't have to go with me, but you need to give me a ride." I'm like, "Okay." Um, she does. She wants to work out every single day, multiple times a day. She's a little crazy person. So yeah, she'll do all of that. But she wants to talk and coach each other and stuff. Well, and I'm like, "No, I don't want to think about being here. I'm here unwillingly, knowing I have to do this, but I don't want to think about it. I want to just go lift the heavy things, put them back down, and, you know, move on with my life." But yeah, so it's just a different mentality. It'll be fine. I'm with you. Thank you. Flying, girl, you gotta be kidding me. No, she loves workouts. You'd be right there with my daughter. You'd be like lifting the heavy things and talking about doing the squat rack. She puts weights on a squat rack. You can just squat, and that is a workout right there. But she puts a whole bunch of weight on it, and it hurts the back of my. I'm like, why are you doing that? Just pick up, you know, your laundry in your room, and that'd be heavy enough. But yeah, I have a Peloton. Whoo! Oh, those are hardcore. Oh my goodness, you are one of the spin people. I've seen those classes. I look in the room and pretend I'm not looking. But those classes, those they are crazy. I've never gone in. I've never gone because I know. Even though I work out and even though I can run, I can do okay. I do 5Ks, no problem. I don't run the whole thing, but I can do them without too much of an issue at all. It's not like I'm like sore the next day or something like that. I can do a 5K. I don't think I could make it in a spin class. I'd be the jerk sitting down in the back or the one that, you know, getting with my tail between my legs, hiding out and getting out of the room. So I don't want to start that because I know I wouldn't be able to finish it. I wouldn't be able to keep up. Like straight up, they are hardcore. Yes, I am crazy. Yeah. I like the rower. I can't do it really hardcore, but I like the rowing machine thing. Mini yoga studio. That'd be cool. I like yoga. I like, you had me everything except for the Peloton. That's crazy. I got one of those bikes. I won it at an auction for like hardly nothing. but I've never actually ridden it, and I really should. It's sitting there, and the goal was I was going to go ahead and get started and on that thing and work up to a point where I could actually go into but I'm intimidated by the thing even being in my house. That's sad. That is sad. Nobody there. Doesn't matter. I have not even attempted it. Mostly because I had to help lift that thing and get it into the vehicle to get it home. And that thing weighs like 1,000 pounds. It is so heavy. I'm like, what is this thing? It's crazy. It is crazy. I joined the Ocala Triathlons Club. Oh my goodness. So I can work out with them when I move there. Oh my goodness. Yes. You'll actually, I have friends in that. I have a lot of friends that are like doing running and triathlons and stuff like that. You'll probably be over at the Fast doing some swimming over there and just all over the place. You will have an absolute blast. And there are plenty of people that will do that, especially in wintertime. It's great. There's such fantastic weather here about 6 months out of the year. Right now, I wouldn't recommend it. You need to be up and out when the sun is not at its zenith because it is very hot out. It's basically like trying to do a workout. Have you actually hot yoga? Yeah, that was probably invented in Florida. So you just go outside and you'll be in it whether you want to or not. Even if you're in the shade, it's still going to be extremely hot and uncomfortable, sweaty yoga. It's just gross. But yeah, it's pretty warm out right now. Right now, everybody's just, I mean, if I have any color at all, it's not from going outside because nobody goes out right now. My hair is going to start turning darker and stuff at the roots because I'm just not going outside. If I'm not in the sun, it turns like dark. I don't know. It's like, yeah. See, you can see it's like dark underneath because that doesn't touch the sun. So yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like a reddish brown, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Hello from Brazil. Hello. I don't know. They have like the Iron Man here, and they have they have ultra marathons here like crazy too, because you can get on a sidewalk and go for 50 miles. It's not a big deal. But they also have one which I actually want to go to where you have to like pull a vehicle, and you're barefoot. That was the other thing. It's like, what on earth? So I just want to go and watch everybody else do this because I just thought it would be pretty cool. I think it's over at GER.ExpectMore that they do it, but I think that was in winter too. So I don't know. I think it would be cool to see people like push over like it's like big old vehicles and just see what happens. I forgot what that one's called, but it was pretty neat. So over at GER.ExpectMore they do that. So I don't know. Why not? Yeah, everybody keeps saying they love the short hair. So I was going to go to like, medium length and, maybe do like a shag cut again. That's what I normally do. But everybody says they like the short and sassy. So I guess we're going to keep it with that. So, it did not happen intentionally. It was a whole comedy of errors that I got this haircut, but we're rolling with it at this point. I'm so not attached. Whatever. So funny. I'm gonna have to tell my husband that. Yeah, it's I don't know. If I part it down the middle, that's what I've been doing for a while, is just, parting it down the middle and just, out the door I go. I can't do that now because then it kind of fluffs out right here and it looks like I'm a mushroom. So now it's parted on the side every day. Like, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. It's a fun haircut. But yeah, it was not intentional. It was only because the person wielding the scissors I think she was 11, and she has not done that before. So I got what I got. And also I thought I was only donating 10 inches. and it was more like 11 and a half or 12 or something like that. So it was way more than what I was expecting. So yeah, this is what I ended up with. But yeah, it is fun. It is nice and cool though this time of year, so that's helpful. I just very, very helpful, because yeah, it's hot. It is so hot. It's ridiculous. I don't know. And then I've got black leather, I don't know what it is. What's in a Prius? But I have the black leather seats. It is basically like sitting on the surface of the sun in my car when you first get in, especially if it's been in the sun. So I got some sunshade, which is like seriously old school, but it works. It really does. So I have a red Prius. If you ever see a red Prius with a sunshade that looks like red eyeballs smiling at you, that is my car. That is my car. And then I have towels right now, and now I went and bought seat covers, and my husband's like, what are you doing? You asked for leather seats. Why are you getting cloth seat covers? And I'm like, because if I'm wearing shorts, bad things happen. I'm like, I can't do it this time of year. No. I was like, it is just gross. So I was like, yeah, I want the leather underneath so that like nothing gets stained, it's easy to clean, all of that, but I also do not want to burn my butt cheeks, so in any way, shape, or form. If you're in a skirt or something, it's just not good. So right now it's just cover towel, but I have a seat cover to put on the seats in front. So the joys of living in Florida in the summertime, you adapt. You get some towels out or some seat covers and adapt. But yeah, it is, even 10 minutes, just 10 minutes in the sunshade actually helps. It literally makes the car so much cooler. It's crazy. Just a little sunshade, and it, you know, and it's so cute. It looks like my car is smiling at me every time I get in. It's great. As long as I remember to put it on. It's fun. It's fun. So I am doing some stuff to the YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys will even notice or not, but I'm in the process of hiring an editor because I am so far behind. I have about 20 videos that need to be edited. So, and I do like editing. It's just, it takes me forever and a day to do the editing. The editing takes so much longer than the actual taking of the video and doing the script and all of that. And you know, the script is just basically an outline, and I just try to keep on focus. That's all it is. So I have a whole slew of them. So I am working with a virtual assistant. I actually hired 5. One so far didn't make the cut, because I don't know. You don't know. I mean, you can have samples of their work, but how do you even know that that's their work? How do you know how quickly they actually respond to you and how well they communicate and all this stuff? So I hired 5. So we'll see how it goes. One already, he actually was supposed to get me the video back on Thursday, and he did not. It's like now not Thursday. So, and then yesterday he's like, oh, I was like, I haven't heard anything from you. I don't have the video. And he goes, oh, I'll get it to you today. So I still don't have it today. And I'm like, your idea of today and my idea of today, not the same thing. So obviously this is not going to work, but I just have like a 1 guinea pig video. So I'm like, hopefully, and it's a super easy one to edit. Like I could literally do it in probably an hour or less. But since it's a simple one and you don't have to get like really crazy with it or whatever, that's the one I'm testing on. So hopefully I will actually have a lot more videos coming out if I can find just the right person to edit the videos. And the style has to be like right there too. So, because I don't want, like I had one guy, I don't know where he was from, maybe Japan, I don't know, it was but it was like all of these things, and it was moving, and I was just like, what is this? It was just a very different style. So I was just like, no, that's not for me. I think people would be very angry if I tried to do that. So I need to have less. Maybe he was showing off. I'm not really sure, but it was not what I do. So we'll see. Hopefully one of them works out for it, but hopefully. And then I have somebody else is going to be doing my reels and my shorts, and so they're taking the long video and doing shorter videos from it, which I always intend to do and then never do, and then I just end up doing little short videos on there. So hopefully all of that content will be out there, because it seems crazy that it's just sitting on my computer or my phone, and I really want to share this stuff with you guys, and I just don't seem to have enough time to get it all done, along with working on things like the bank transition and property management meetings and whatever else I'm doing. So yeah, but hopefully we'll get it all done. John Gardner says heat is good. I got smoke from all the forest fires in Central Oregon. Yeah, no, we don't. We have too much rain for that. If we had like forest fires, it would probably be like in the winter time, because we don't get that much rain in winter. But no, not in the summer. It rains almost every day. Torrential downpour, at least 15-20 minutes. We're talking like buckets, and then nothing. And then you move on to the next day. And if it wasn't so hot, it would be an amazing time to have a garden, but because the sun is also like scorching hot, then it's just not that great. So like the weeds and the grass, great, they love it. You have to mow your lawn at least once a week, but the garden is just kind of meh. So we basically have 2 growing seasons in Florida. We have spring and we have fall, but winter is too cold, because we actually do have frost here, and then summer is too hot. So it's just kind of weird, right? So every summer you have to like take everything out and start over before the fall, and then you have that as your growing season, and then you have another one, same thing, at the end of winter you remove everything that froze to death and start that over. So right now, if you saw my garden, you'd be like, this girl has no clue how to garden. But it's just that time of year. I lost my peppers this summer. They've been there for a few years now. I've been able to, you know, milk them through the summer, and this year, they fried. They absolutely fried. I think in April or May, they're toast. So it was before the rains started, but we already had the heat. Yeah, I was out there watering and watering and watering. Didn't matter. It was not enough. So yeah, so I got an auto waterer. I haven't set it up yet, because now we're in the rainy season, so it's kind of pointless. So I might just wait on that. But it's crazy. It is very fun for gardening. It is. It's like a whole nother world out there. If you like gardening in like Michigan or Oregon or something like that, California, totally different here. The best part of my garden is in an old horse trough. It absolutely is. My husband painted it copper, spray painted it copper, and it's all kind of worn or whatever, but it's a horse trough that had a cattle trough, whatever you, no, it's a horse trough because it's higher. But it has holes in it. And once you get holes in it, it's pointless. You can't use it to water, but it's perfect for gardening. So you fill some old milk jugs and stuff like that, put those in there, and then you put the sticks and then some rocks, and then, you know, just for drainage, and then you put the dirt on top, and that's where your garden goes. And it does kind of, you know, settle down a little bit, so you got to keep adding dirt, but absolutely best. Absolute best. I don't have nearly the problems in that as I do in stuff that I try and do actually on the ground. Not fun. So yeah, we have tons of fires in California. I've heard of that. I've heard it is crazy with fires. Jeremy Lack, I'm visiting Ocala this weekend. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in Ocala this weekend. There's not that much going on this week. Oh no, it's the first Saturday of the month. There's actually a lot of stuff going on in Ocala this weekend. Yeah, it should be a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, good time to come to Ocala. First Saturday of any month is pretty exciting. Even this time of year. Like right now, everything's just kind of like shut down. You'll notice there's not a lot of people like hanging out. It's hot. We go find water and air conditioning. It's probably the busiest time of the year. Like forget like for the indoor mall, the Paddock Mall. Yeah, it's probably not, Christmas is not the busiest time of year. It's probably summer because it's like, what else are you gonna do? Looking at hotels to purchase. Like the whole hotel? The whole thing. Okay. Jeremy, I know who you are. Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't say that. That reminds me of who you are. Cool, we gonna hang out? Not many people can say that, Jeremy. Not many people can say that. That's funny. Cool. We'll go hang out. Let's see. No, there's actually quite a few things that you can do. But yeah, downtown square and stuff like that. Downtown market. But yeah. Okay, I will give you a call when I get off of this because I'm on this. So yeah, we will hang out, we will chat. Because I know you had multiple more questions for me over the weekend, and I was like already doing a whole slew of emails, and I need to do laundry on the weekend and other things with my family, otherwise it won't get done, and then I will have no clothes for the week, and nobody needs to see that. So I know that sounds awful. Some really, really cool person, and I actually really enjoyed conversing with you on Saturday, but yeah, no, I had to do stuff. So and now we're back into the thick of it. So, but yeah, we should definitely hang out this weekend. I will put off the other stuff for Sunday and that'll work. So maybe Saturday, that'd be good. We can definitely chat about the projects you're taking on because that looked cool. That looked really cool. Really. I don't know. Oh man. We're gonna just have to talk. Oh, let's see what else is going on. The month of August. Oh my goodness. We have the Realtor Convention. Super excited about that. I love going to the Realtor Convention. I have not missed a Realtor Convention in a couple of decades. It's so much fun. It's over in Orlando. It's like one of the best Realtor conventions in the entire United States is right here in Florida and only an hour away. So I go to that every single year. This year I have to stay extra. Oh, darn. Because there's some training for instructors on Saturdays. That means I'll be there Friday and Saturday, which normally I'm not. So gonna be doing that. That's like third week of August or something, somewhere in there. And then on the end of the month, there's the NARPM. I know y'all are like, what? NARPM is the National Association of Residential Property Managers. NARPM. And they have a Southeastern conference in the Panhandle of Florida. So it's about 5 hours from here driving. And yeah, so I'm actually one of their speakers, so that's cool. It's not quite my first national because it's still technically in Florida, even though it's only in Florida by like this much. It's just like you throw a rock and you're going to be in like Louisiana or something. So, but yeah, technically it's still in Florida. So there we go. But I am actually doing my first national speaking conference for NARPM when they do their national conference in Texas. So I will be a speaker for that as well. Completely different speaking things. One is going to be about property management, portfolios and stuff. The other one is going to be about social media. So it should be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to doing that. But so I actually have a speaking engagement in August, at the end of August for the Southeastern NARPM convention. So kind of excited about that one. So I think it's the first one I speak for Florida Realtors fairly frequently, but not for NARPM. This is the first time I'm actually speaking for them. So that'll be cool. Be very cool. No, for Florida Realtors, I am I am getting approved to speak nationally. So I just started the first part of that. So by January, I'm actually speaking and doing my first, it's actually instruction for them. So it'll be, the first one is going to be in January in Florida of all. I'm like, yay, I'm approved for national speaking. And I'm in Florida, but it's okay. So yeah, there's one is going to be on fair housing, which I absolutely love. So you have to be at home with diversity. That's the one I'm working on, and that'll be my first one. And then my second one is on social media, and I forgot what the third one is, but I'll actually have 3 different ones that I can go in and actually speak on. They have to approve you and make sure that you actually have a clue what you're talking about before they'll approve you to speak on behalf of them. So that's what I'm working on. But I did get hired. I did get hired to go ahead and do that for the Florida Realtors. Excuse me, no, for the National Association of Realtors. I'm already approved for Florida Realtors. I teach for them all the time. But this is the actual national. So I could go to like California or Alaska or I don't know, something cool like that and teach there. So that would be cool. But I don't think I probably will. That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot of traveling. The Texas thing is cool, but mostly I'm doing it because I miss going to this one Mexican. I'm not joking. I took the speaking gig because it's great for my resume. It really is. It's awesome. I'm now can say that I'm a national speaker, but also because there's 20 minutes from where I'm going to be speaking. There's this really amazing Mexican restaurant that I went to as a kid, and I want to go there. That is a true foodie right there. Okay. I already told my husband we are having Mexican food from this particular Mexican restaurant every single day. It does not matter. If there is free food at the event, which there probably is, included at I don't want to eat that. I want to go to this restaurant. And he's just like, okay. He's all right, whatever. That is so crazy. But yeah, it is. It was this one restaurant we went to, that one place you went to with your family on like a Friday night. And it was the place we went to, and it's still there. And I think it's the same price. I don't know. It's not, I can't say it's like really great Tex-Mex, but they still have the same plates. I looked at it online. I'm like, my goodness, I actually remember those plates. It has not changed, supposedly. So I want to go back because it's something from my childhood. So hopefully they have not destroyed it. They have not tried to change things, and hopefully it'll be awesome. But we will find out in October when I go to Texas. I have not been back to Texas since I was 13. We moved when I was 13. So I will be going home and going to that restaurant, which is Poncho's. In case you guys want to know, it's Poncho's restaurant. And you go in and they have like, it's like a buffet, and they put the stuff on the plate as you go. And then when you get to the table, you don't go back up to the buffet if you want something else like enchiladas or chili rellenos or something like that. You put these little flags up, and they have, most importantly, sopapillas done correctly, which is anybody in Texas, you get these little pillows, and it's of bread, and it's completely hollow inside, and you tear off this corner, and then you put honey. They have like a little squeezy bottle of honey, and you put that in, and they're super hot, and you eat the pillow, and it is the best thing ever. But every restaurant in Florida, I am not joking, every single one, for some unknown reason, they make them flat and crunchy and put ice cream with it. No honey. It's weird. I don't know. So we're going to go and have real sopapillas, and, like the actual like Tex-Mex food in Texas. So I'm very, 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 very excited. I was like, they were like, would you like to speak at our event? And I was like, yes, I would. So sad. Yep. I will. I was checking. I was like, there's the airport, there's the restaurant, there's the hotel. I'm golden. That is. And then my next phone call was my little brother, and I'm like, guess where I'm going? Because he lives in Michigan. I was like, I'm going to Texas. He's like, going to Ponchos? I was like, yes, I am. We had actually talked about meeting in Texas. He was going to come from Michigan. I was going to come from Florida just so we could go to that restaurant. So it was just, it's kind of a funny thing. I would not be surprised if he flies down. Actually, I would not be surprised at all. So that would be cool. But yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes it's one of those things. You just, you know, and for my kids, it's going to be stuff in Ocala. That's what gets me, is like the stuff I remember from being a kid, that was like, you know, in Texas or whatever, but they're going to remember stuff in Ocala. They're going to remember going to Mojo's. They're going to remember going to Gator Joe's on the lake. They're going to remember, you know, tubing down the river. They're going to remember all of these things from them growing up here. And that is awesome. I love that. I absolutely love that, because Ocala really is pretty special. Like, if you have not been here yet, which I hope at this point you guys have all been here, but it really is a very, very special place. So hopefully you guys will love it as much as I do. Everybody that comes here, they're like, yep, it is as described. When I started this channel, I did not realize how many people were interested in moving here at the time. I just noticed that there was not a lot of social media at the time at all showing Ocala and how amazing it is. So that's why we started the channel. I was like, I have to show these really cool, crazy things that you can do and see, and what it's like living here, because I've never seen any place on earth that's anything like it. And I've traveled quite a bit. So I wanted to share it. So I don't try to make it what it's not. It is as described. I will drive down the road. That's actually one of the videos that I have ready for editing. I drove down the road 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday through town. There was no cars. It was downtown, okay? It was like the busiest roads in our there was nothing, okay? There's no, I was like, one car, two cars. It was nothing. It was so crazy. So yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just really odd place. So I don't know, it's a really big small town, but hopefully you guys will love it. I don't know, I do. I think it's great. But I've also never lived in California, so there's that. I have never lived in Oregon. Actually, I've not even been to California yet. I've been to Arizona though. I got as far as Arizona, and that's it. I stopped. I was not a fan of Arizona at all. It was very dry. Very, very, very dry. Like, not just dry, but it like sucked the liquid out of my body. It was insane. So yeah, I don't want to do that. I can understand how Arizona would have, well, they can't have forest fires because they have no forest. They have no trees. There was cactus and rocks. And I was like, this is crazy. Where's the grass? It was so odd to me. It was so odd. Because I'm used to everything being so green and just so green. No, not at all. Not at all. It was very, very brown everywhere. But a lot of people say they love Arizona and they don't like Florida because they feel like they're walking through water. And I'm like, yes, it is awesome for my skin. I love it. My hair does not get staticky and try and attack my face. It's fantastic. Great. We don't really have forest fires because there's too much water. And even if we did have a forest fire, it wouldn't go too far because there's water stopping it. There's lakes and rivers, and I mean, where would it go? So yeah, they do, what is it called? They do burn part of the trees and like all the brush and stuff every once in a while. forget what it's called, prescribed burns or something like that. I don't know. But they do that, so we don't really have that. I don't like dry either. That's why I'm moving to Florida. Come on, let's go. But I mean, it is. It's really crazy. My real estate coach, I couldn't understand. He was always encouraging me to drink a gallon of water. He did that hard 75, and it took me 3 tries, but I finally got it. I made it through. The hard 75 challenge. That is something. But you have to drink a gallon of water a day. And I was struggling. That's the one thing everything else was like, cool, okay, I can do that. That's just, mental strength, really. But that gallon of water, and he's like, that's the easiest part for me. And I was like, what in the world? Yeah, then I went to Arizona. Of course it's easy for you. It's that there's no water in the air. I'm like, for me, it would be like drinking 2 gallons, because you walk outside, you're breathing and getting a gallon of water. You don't need to add to it. I drank a gallon of water like in the morning over there, and I was still thirsty. It was insane. I was like, this is crazy. And I was still getting like nosebleeds and stuff. It was so dry. It was crazy. I'm like thirsty now. But yeah, so I'm like, well, of course that was the easy part for you. So mad. I was so mad. Whatever. I don't know. Even with that, I still muddled through, and I made it through the 75 hard. So I probably had more water consumption in that 75 days than I have had in the entire year since. And I'm not doing it again. I did it once. I completed it. Nobody needs that much water. I'm not living in Florida. John Gardner, I'm ready to move to Ocala too. Let's go. Everybody's moving here. Now, I actually I have to do a video because there's some investment opportunities, just, for smaller like investors that are getting started or whatever. And not Jeremy up there. Of course, I mean, you can buy whatever you want, but it's just like little individual houses are selling, like brand new construction are selling so cheap. And I'm like, nobody would believe that you can move to Florida and buy a brand new construction home, concrete block, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, double car garage on a 1/4 acre in paved road, 15 minutes from like the World Equestrian Center and 20 minutes from downtown for $250,000. Like, nobody would believe that in Florida and not even have to worry about hurricanes. Like, people should know about that. So I'm going to do a video. I'm going to be like, you know what? We have really inexpensive houses here and really good deals, and people should know. So I'm going to share that, and we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I mean, that is crazy. $250,000. I mean, a few years ago, good God, 5 or 6 years ago, yeah, it was going for about that price. But so much has happened since then. No, that it's just, no. I mean, where in the United States can you see that right now? And nice people too. I think they are. I think people in Ocala are so, you get so used to it though, and then you go elsewhere and you realize that not the whole world isn't like that. So like we went on a cruise, and my husband was like, he's like, the employees are really nice, but he's like, everybody else doesn't, like, they don't say good morning and stuff. And I'm like, we live in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, honey. I don't know what to tell you. This isn't Ocala. These are people from all over the United States, maybe even all over the world. They're trying to not cause issue, not make eye contact. He goes, yeah, they won't even look at you. They just head down and go right through. And he's like, you're going right next to somebody on a corridor. You would think they would, like, have a conversation. And he wants to, like, chit chat with people down the hallway. I was like, you are going to be like the weird guy. Okay. You gotta stop. Don't talk to people. If they make eye contact, maybe they're from Ocala too. I don't know, but don't. And then I also had to talk to him because I don't, bless his heart. He's not allowed to talk to any women 20 years old and younger. Not because I'm jealous in any way, shape, or form. It's just I don't want them to think he's like some pervy old guy. So he has conversations. He thinks of girls like that age as like 10-year-olds and talks to them, like has a conversation like he would like a 10-year-old boy or girl. It doesn't compute. And I'm like, honey, you can't you can't have conversations with teenage girls in any shape or form. And he's like, but I was just talking about the one. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I promise you, they are thinking that you are trying to roofie them. You can't. He doesn't know. Oh my God. We both lived here too long. I'm like, no, you can't, honey. You can't. Oh my goodness. It's not good. So yeah, when you're here for a while though, it's really hard to go to other places because it's like culture shock. You're like, why is everybody like mad at me? Why aren't they looking and waving? And like, you know, here, if you're walking or running or whatever down the street and a car passes, you have to wave at them. It doesn't matter, especially whether you know them or not. If you know them, you're going in for a 15-minute conversation. There's no way out. But if you don't know them, you have to smile, you have to wave. It is required. It's practically law. It is. You have to. It's a thing. People always look at me like, what is wrong with you? Hubby says I'm too far. So you'll be fine. It's nothing wrong with you. You're just in the wrong location. You have to go where the other people, here you're going to be like, wow, I never realized I was so introverted. If you don't have your entire life's history to your person that's doing your hair, your hairdresser, or the cashier at Publix, like, you're doing something wrong. That's how we roll. So, at restaurants, and I know this is probably really weird at other places. I wish I could just like videotape 24/7 because y'all would be like, this is the weirdest place ever. But literally, you can be in a restaurant, in a booth, talking to somebody sitting with you in the booth, and it is totally and perfectly normal to have a conversation across the aisle and even comment on what they're eating. It's totally and completely normal to have conversations all over the restaurant. It is. It is. It totally is. I gotta drink my water. Yep. It is a thing. I cannot count how many times I have done that, or other people have done it with me. And I'm like, and you just like, okay, well, now we're all chatting. It's so weird. So weird. I know it is, but it's just, I don't know. Just wait and see. When you come here, you'll see. Just automatically assume you need to talk to everybody about everything. Just completely, just open. And you'll see. It's just like that. So my husband talks to everybody. I'm a little more introverted than he is, but I still talk to a lot of people. He does. He talks to everybody. Your husband's going to struggle. If he's saying what's wrong with you because you're too friendly and you're talking too much, he is going to struggle. He's going to be the one going, why is that lady waving at me? Like, because you're in a car and she's grateful you didn't hit her. You have to acknowledge it's required. He's gonna have a hard time. You're gonna be going to him, what is wrong with you? Why are you not friendly? You're just in the wrong locations. It's okay. It's okay. You'll be fine. But yeah, everybody chit chats. That video I did, oh man, it was a few years ago. where I was going to the bank. Just going to the bank. No big deal. Go to the bank all the time. But I turned on my video and I did not tell the person, and so I couldn't film the bank, and I didn't film like the person. It was just me basically having a conversation with this person. Had no idea who was going to be at the bank, who was going to be the teller, how many customers there were. I had no idea. But I just turned on basically it was more recording sound than anything. And we just had, I think I was probably there 15 minutes. Not because my transaction was difficult, but we were just, talking about restaurants. We were talking about life and just chit-chatting because that's what you do here. And yeah, and then I just went about my day. And I just like, okay, well, let's see if that's video. Yeah, it was so funny. Everybody was like, did that just happen? What about all the people behind you? And I'm like, no, I won't send anybody behind me. That it would be rude. Or she would have taken care of the other people while finishing the conversation with me. It just depends. But yeah, that's just so what you do. I know it's weird. It's probably weird for anywhere else, but for here, it's totally and completely normal. Not as much in Orlando. Orlando, no. But here, yeah, any of the surrounding areas, excuse me. That's why a lot of people are worried because people are moving here. They don't want the culture to change. They want that friendliness or whatever. So they're like, you're welcome here, but you have to adjust to us. We're not going to adjust to you. We like it the way it is. So just be aware, there will be some culture shock. It's okay. All right, well, I just watched that video yesterday. Oh my goodness. For me, that was a few years ago. For you, that was yesterday. That's funny. But yeah, it was just, but I mean, that same conversation could be had so many different places. I could go to, my husband went to the sandwich shop today. He went to Gaetano's. Best cheesecake on the planet, just to let you know. New York has nothing on this cheesecake. It's all homemade. They make it. It's amazing. Big old slices, like amazing cheesecake. But that one, anytime I go in, they know me by name. They ask how my daughter is. I mean, it's the sandwich shop. You just go in and get your sandwiches and stuff, but it's just, they know all of it. If I go to a nail salon and I have not been there in a while, they don't even need to look at my nails. They'll be like, why have you not been here? I mean, it's like that. It's like that everywhere. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just, and you would think because it's a pretty good sized town that wouldn't happen, but it does. It really does. I mean, they remember, they chat. It's just, I don't know. Even, I mean, you go to the local college, you go to, you get these relationships and stuff. It's a very odd thing for such a big town. I know it sounds really small town, and it's like a small town feeling in a larger town because it's a really spread out area. It's huge, like 1,600 square miles almost. So very strange, very strange. I love it. I'm so happy here, but it is different. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, I have been on here for over an hour and I still have to do some stuff tonight. So I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully, I'm going to see you guys soon when you come to visit or whatever else. If you're moving here, awesome. You can do that too. But I am going to be putting out more videos a little bit quicker because I had to get some help. So hopefully that'll all work out. And but if there's a little bit of a slight change to my videos or something, it's because I've got somebody helping me with editing and they're just we got to work through it. We got to work through it. So anyway, you guys have a great night. I am so glad. I hope you do get to come and visit soon, Chief. That would be awesome. See you guys later. And thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with me. I appreciate it. And I definitely appreciate the support. So have a good night. You're welcome.